Hello, good morning, and welcome to Chris's Chat. This is my first interview this morning with the Dramarama and the co-founder, Becci. Becci, would you like to introduce yourself to Dramarama?
I would, Chris. So my name is Becci Barker, and my role within Aspire, I do a lot of the online activities, but I also teach a lot of performing arts. And beside me are two of our amazing cast members from Dramarama. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sara.
And
Darren.
Becci, what is Dramarama?
so Dramarama is our performing arts group in the south of Aspire, and it is for adults with learning disabilities, and it is led by adults with learning disabilities. And we have everybody in that group, from people who have Down syndrome, people who have cerebral palsy. We have people in our group that are wheelchair users, and some of those people are non-verbal, and they only have capacity over using one part of their body. And it's about looking at what people can do and not what they can't do. So that's what Dramarama is for me. We work towards loads of different productions for Aspire throughout the year. We do lots of musicals, don't we, guys?
Yeah.
And we just have a ton of fun, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we rehearse every Friday, all day, and I go home feeling like I'm on top of the world after I've been with you
Yeah.
guys. So that's what Dramarama is.
Becci, can you tell us how many people are in Dramarama?
Well, including Darren and Sara and myself, I think we're at a cast of about 15 people at the moment, but we are looking to expand that cast a little bit later on, but I'll explain that later on. We won't give the secrets away yet,
No.
Chris.
So why did you start Dramarama?
Well, I started Dramarama. We started doing theatre many years ago when I first joined, when it was Leeds City Council Adult Social Care, so many, many years ago. And then Dramarama was started by myself and a colleague who's now retired. Would you like to hear the story?
I was.
So we had a manager called Steve who was based in the south of Aspire, and he worked with a lady called Jackie, and Jackie always wanted to do drama and singing and dancing, but she needed somebody to do it with. So Steve gave me a ring and he went, what do you think to teaming up with Jackie and setting up a performing arts group so you've got something official? So we went for it, and all these people came along, and Darren and Sara have been here from the beginning, haven't you?
Yeah.
Most of the people that are still in the group are the original cast members. And me and Jackie set about setting up Dramarama, and it went from there. And then Jackie retired a few years
Yeah.
ago, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this year, Chris, it was fabulous. She came to Armley Mills to Down Memory Lane Day, and we had a cast photo,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah.
All of us
Wow.
together, the original crew. So it was really lovely to see Jackie. And yeah, a lot of what we do, we owe to her for helping start
Yeah.
the group all those years ago. So if you're listening, Jackie, big thank you to you.
Thank you, yes.
Yep.
So, Sarah and Darren, what do you like about Dramarama?
Like doing just big men,
So you like the My Old Man's a Dustman? Is
Yeah.
that your favourite song to do?
men, just men.
And what do we do that one for?
But we did big lid.
Yeah, but what production's that one for? Is it for Down
Anyway,
Memory Lane at Armley
Right.
Mills?
I'm in the mouse.
And that's part of Learning
Big
Disability
Disability.
Week, isn't it? Yeah. And what about?
I like Sister Act.
Is that your favourite one? Yeah. But apart from the shows, I think Chris wants to know what else do you like about Dramarama? How does it make you feel? Does it make
Happy.
you feel
Happy.
That's made me smile.
So, Sarah and Darren, what show do you remember doing?
We did Grease.
That was one of our first.
Well,
My goodness me!
One we did with
I couldn't remember that.
Grace.
But that was one of the first, and we did it for, hang on, it's coming back to me, Leeds Town Hall, and it was for the launch of Aspire in
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
Wow.
My goodness me, it's all come back. I mean, we did stuff years ago, didn't we, when we weren't Dramarama, when we were the big day service. We used to do shows back then, and we used to do loads of different things, like thrown together, didn't we?
Yeah.
But Greece, I think, was our first official.
Yeah.
Wow, Darren. Wow, that brought back some memories, Chris.
What was that?
Goodness me.
What role did you play in Greece?
We did first did Grease Lightning.
We did, but who did you play, Darren? Can you remember? You were Danny Zuko's
Danny
best
Zuko.
friend, weren't you? So you
Yep.
were Nikki, weren't you?
Yep.
And Sarah, who were you? Rizzo. which is actually quite lovely because Kaniki and Rizzo are a couple in the show, in the stage show and on the film, and Darren and Sara are engaged in real life.
Oh,
Up to show Chris your rock. Goodness, look at the size of that.
Congratulations.
Must have cost Darren 6 months' wages, that
Must
bit.
have.
Do you know?
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's very lovely. So quite nice that you play a couple on stage and then a couple in real life.
Wow. So maybe you can both everything else. So what feedback to the audience like about Dramarama?
Well, for me, I mean, at the AGM this year we had a standing ovation,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah.
This year, I mean, I don't think we've ever had that. Every single person
No.
in the audience was on their feet clapping and cheering, weren't they? It's very hard to give feedback from an audience member's perspective when you're not an audience member, because I sit and watch them back and I know how it makes me feel seeing you guys perform on stage. And it's like I'm a proud mum of 20 people, and it's there's no feeling in the world that could ever match how I feel when you guys are performing. Getting a bit emotional now, but there's no feeling that can match that for me. But how do you think your parents feel when they see you perform? Because they come to every show and watch, don't they?
Yeah.
How do you think your mum and dad feel, and your mum, when they come and watch you?
Happy.
Happy.
And there's a word that begins with the letter P.
Proud.
Proud,
Proud.
that's the word. I think that and I think that you get that a lot from a lot of our audiences, and we do have a lot of staff that come up to us afterwards, don't
Yeah.
they, and congratulate you and tell you how amazing you are,
Yeah.
and that's all you really want from a
What
performance,
we
is to get up there and feel
what we
good.
put through.
The hard work that goes into it, they can see it, can't they, when
But
you
they don't
do
know
that
what
show.
we've done.
They don't, and that's what we say. If it goes wrong, what do?
Just get on with it.
We keep going. Because the audience never know what we've learned.
No,
So if something goes wrong, the audience wouldn't know, would they?
no.
So we just carry on, don't we? Yeah. And as well, I think, like, from an audience's perspective, we've had people get in touch with us, haven't they,
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
they've watched shows. And I think it was a member of the board of the board of disabled people in Leeds, who got in touch and asked us to perform at an event because they saw just how creative we are as a group and how diverse we are as well, that everybody's different in that group, and that no two people with a disability are the same, are they? You know, everybody's unique, we're all different, and that's what makes us individual, doesn't it? And for somebody to sit there and see what we've done and want us to perform at an event because of the diversity that we've got in that group, and they show how it gives people with a learning disability a voice, that I can perform. Just because I'm in a wheelchair doesn't mean I can't dance. And that's the message that I like to kind of send out there, that everyone can dance. Everybody, as in your body, everybody dances in some way or another.
So everyone, what is your favourite shows that you have performed?
I want Kermit.
Yes, when we did the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was for, what event was that for? Can you remember, Dad? For the World Cultural
Day.
Awareness
It
Day,
was,
that we hold at the, where do we hold that one?
Judge House.
No, it's at the
Irish Centre.
Irish
Centre.
Centre, yeah. And it's an event that we hold every year, don't we? And the theme was Famous Faces, if I remember that year, and we decided to do the Muppet Show, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you were Kermit the Frog, weren't you? Tap dancing Kermit, of course. It was amazing. What about Sarah? What's your favourite that we've ever done?
Great showman.
Showman. And that was again for our World Culture Day, wasn't it, this year? And the theme was The Greatest Show, so obviously we had to do The Greatest Showman, Chris, it was without saying. And who were you? Can you remember who you played? The woman in white. And you looked fabulous. You had all big white tentacles that come under your arms, didn't you? And it was brilliant, that costume. You did, you had a veil, and you had the big white puffball skirts that we used for Greece, didn't you? And she looked fabulous. And then I think my favourite, it's really hard. I mean, we did Joseph this year for the AGM, and I think that's got to be up there for me.
We did that thing with skeletons.
That was Cinco de Mayo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one. You'd think that would be my favourite, being a horror actor as well, but I think for me it's got to be Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid was my favourite.
That fish what I would do.
Yeah, Sarah was actually a puppeteer in that one.
Wow.
We had a flounder from when I was a little girl,
Fish.
and we made handles on him, didn't we? And
No,
Claire
yeah.
was our mermaid, wasn't she? Now Claire's complex needs, and we made the rock look like she was laid on the rock in the middle of the sea. And Sarah was flounder, but when she was interacting with Claire, even though Sarah was up here, Claire and Flounder interacted. It wasn't Claire and Sara. So you got to interact with the fish, which was a really, really hard thing to do because puppetry is very difficult. And you did amazing with that. And I think that The Little Mermaid for me, because it reminds me of being a little girl and my childhood. And when we put that together, it was just, Disney magic. And for me, that's, I think that's got to be my favourite.
And Chris, have you ever seen Dramarama perform?
Once, yes, at the culture event.
Which culture event was that?
This year's culture event.
Do you remember what they performed?
I believe that was a great show.
It was. And one more that we did, can you remember? If me and Sarah do the moves, do we know what that one is?
I also believe that could be a sister act.
Spot on, sir. Well done.
And what did you think, Chris?
I thought it was very impressive, and I thought I could do that.
Would you like to do that?
I would.
Wow.
So, Becci, what is the future of Dramarama's?
The future of Dramarama, well, Chris, we could go anywhere, couldn't we? I mean, we could go in the West End tomorrow. I think we'd be ready, wouldn't we? But we've done a lot of productions this year, and when we start, we're having a little break now at the moment because I feel as though sometimes all they do is work, and I think everybody deserves a break, Chris, especially when they work as hard as they do. And what we do in November when we're back is we'll start working on our production for the Cultural Awareness Day, which is in March. But when I've been given the theme, I'll think of a few different productions that we could potentially do. And then when we start back, we have a team meeting, don't we?
Yeah.
And these guys will vote then on what production they want to do. So it's all co-produced. So it's not just me who produces it and directs it, they produce it and direct it as well. So obviously they lead the dancing, they'll be different. I'll say, right, with this song, how does that music make you feel? And you'll find that you'll get different dance moves from people that you've never seen before. And then we think, we can use that, and then we'll choreograph it in, won't we? And they help with the costumes, don't you? You help with the props. You help with everything. It is a co-production between me and the cast.
Help with customers.
You all help each other on stage, don't you? You're a massive support to one another. And just before we start rehearsing again in November, sorry, I'm getting my months mixed up now, we will, on the 3rd of November at Rothwell, we are going to hold an audition day for the South. So we've chatted about the East and the West. Now, we realised, didn't we, that Dramarama we could do with a few extra cast members, didn't we? And I think we were ready, weren't we, as a team, to open our door a little bit and say, come along, South people, let's see what talent we've got that's undiscovered. So on the 3rd of November, we'll hold an audition day and then we'll expand our cast. So that is our future at the moment. So very exciting stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Becci, you sound like you are really, really busy.
I am, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not as busy as these guys.
No.
No, when they're rehearsing, we are full on, aren't we? You arrive at 10, don't you, on a Friday, and we rehearse till 2:30. We have breaks, obviously we have breaks. We have a lunch hour, we have a break in the morning for juice, we have a break in the afternoon for juice. Because obviously as well, when you're dancing, it's very important that you keep hydrated. You all bring a bottle of water, don't you, or a bottle of juice to rehearsals. But that's an important bit. But always busy. But I think that life is busy, isn't it? And I'd rather be busy and see all these amazing projects come to life than I would be sat there twiddling my thumbs bored going, don't know what to do with myself. I like to keep busy. And you lot keep me busy, don't you?
Yeah. Good. So, Sarah and Darren, can you tell me what your favourite rehearsal is?
Every person in Joseph.
Oh, you enjoyed rehearsing Pharaoh.
Yeah.
So Darren was Pharaoh, Chris, when we did Joseph. And it was excellent, wasn't it? And Darren had to literally get his Pharaoh costume over the top of his brother costume while he was on stage, and he just rocked it, didn't you?
And me.
Rocked it.
And camel.
And you were the camel, weren't you?
Yeah.
You brought the camel on and you stole Joseph with the silver coins. Were they your favourite rehearsal moments from Joseph?
Yeah.
Sarah and Darren, are you with any good friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of friends.
Lots of friends.
Everyone gets along really well, don't they? I don't think we've ever had anybody fall out with each other or
No.
say anything inappropriate, or I don't think we've ever had anything like that, Chris. Everyone seems to get on very well. For me, it's magic moments for me. That's why I do performing arts, because you get these moments in theatre that you would never ever get anywhere else in the world. And I want to get a bit emotional now, Chris, sorry. This year at Down Memory Lane, there was a video that one of our colleagues captured, and it was put on our Instagram page, and I was sat at home at the time when I saw it, because I'd finished work, it was the end of the day, and it was a video of one of our cast members, Lisa, and Claire, who was one of our ladies who was complex needs. Claire's a wheelchair user, and Claire's mob cap, which is a little hat that we wear, was coming off, and Lisa went over to her, put her arms round her, fixed her hat and kissed her on the head. And for me, that was one of the most magical things that I've ever seen happen, because they're moments that I don't see on stage, because I'm running round and I'm sorting out costumes and I'm getting you on stage, then I'm taking Joseph off stage and I'm here, there and everywhere, and that was lovely for me. And then there was another one this year as well, which was Claire again at the Star Awards, which is our staff awards that we do every year. And we were doing our, what set did we do, guys, can you remember?
I am what I am.
I Am What I Am, and the... Why? Yeah, we did our Pride set, didn't we? And when we all marched forward, we made the Pride flag with our T-shirts on stage. And on I Am What I Am, we all started with our heads down and our hands on our knees, and nobody was supposed to sing. And Claire just started singing the first verse out of nowhere, and she brought the house down. There was not a dry eye in the house, was there? There really wasn't. And then one of the funniest things from this year was actually very recent. It was at our last performance at the AGM, and Simon come, and I says, he's got one slipper on one foot and a trainer on the other foot, and I says, where's your other slipper? He says, it's at home. He says, where's your other trainer? It's at home. I said, you'll have to go on stage like that. And he was Joseph, and he did Joseph in one slipper and one trainer, and that was one of the best moments for me out of this year. And that's the thing, things always go a bit wrong, but you have to make it happen, you have to make it work. And he absolutely rocked Joseph, didn't he? You all did. I mean, our camel, our pharaoh, and it was just wonderful. But yeah, some really, really magic moments between our more ambulant and capable people as opposed to our people
and
that
you
have...
put the coat on as well with me.
Yeah, we did the coat together at the end and the belt. I did, yes, I got the belt back to front. Sarah did notice that. Nobody in the audience noticed though, Chris, but Sarah did. She told me off after, didn't you? But we were laughing about it backstage, weren't we? But for me, it's the magic moments of how Dramarama support one another on stage, because that's what it's all about. It's about supporting one another, and I think that, like yourself, you'll recognise that some people need a little bit more support than others, and everybody's treated exactly the same, which is how it should be.
Okay. So thank you again for joining us, and I also would like to thank Becci, Sara and Darren for joining us. And before we wind down, Becci, say anything else?
Well, thank you for having us to start with, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been really nice, isn't it?